y'all, it's me again. This is my second video now. Guess I'm on a roll, huh? I've been asked a couple times how I run the aquariums and what equipment I use, so this video is kind of all about that. I have some videos in here about the fish as well, to show you what they look like, and I'll also tell you who's who when I start playing them. The first 60 gallon that has the Roken and Arandas in it is a white striped straight. It's gravel, and it runs a Magnaflow canister filter 220. I bought that at the same time I bought the aquarium, and it was on Black Friday, so I actually got it for like $80, which was a pretty good deal considering it's a lot more expensive if you buy it just any general day at PetSmart. I'd heard a lot about them and how good they were, so I kind of wanted to try them out. And I won't tell you that it's the best thing ever or it's the worst thing ever. I'm kind of like on the fence with it. It keeps it pretty clean. It did for a long time actually, but that's not really the problem with it for me. It bugs me when I'm doing maintenance more than anything. You have to unhook the top of the filter itself, the canister, and then drag the thing to the nearest sink, and that thing is so heavy. And plus, you know, it does have a lot of media, which is a good thing. I mean, it has, I think, like filter foam, carbon, ceramic rings, polishing pads, bio balls. I mean, it has a lot, but it's more troublesome when you're trying to clean it, for me. And not to mention, every week or two, I'll hear the impeller start to rattle. That drives me insane. So then you have to take it apart, and then you have to like get a cotton swab and clean the impeller really good, and then put it back together. That gets on my nerves a little bit, but other than that, I mean, it does what it's supposed to, and it has a lot of bacteria that has grown in it. So that's why I haven't just got two Aqua Clears like this other one behind me. But it does very well. I mean, I'm fairly happy with it for what I paid for it. If I paid full price for it, I probably would have been a little more ticked off. But for that matter, it's fine, and I leave it. It also has an Aqua Clear 70 as well. I just added that maybe 6 to 8 weeks ago. I had a big bacterial bloom in that aquarium, and the water got really cloudy, and I am a little particular about my my water quality, and I couldn't hardly see the fish. And this tank is in my living room, so I mean, like, everybody sees this tank, and it was driving me crazy. And I had had this one behind me set up with the two Aqua Clear 70s, and it kept it like really clean. So I tried it out on this one, and I ended up buying another one. So that's why it runs a canister and an Aqua Clear. It was more of an accident than on purpose. But it keeps it super clean. I'm really a lot more happy with the canister when the Aqua Clear is with it than I was by itself. And I understand that goldfish are, you know, more nasty than general fish, so they make a bit more of a mess, and I guess you can never have too much filtration with them, so that's kind of why I ended up getting another one. It has two 12-inch air stones in it that I bought off Chewy.com, and I will take a minute to tell you about Chewy. I love Chewy. I buy all kinds of stuff off Chewy. No, I am not sponsored by them. I'm just a happy customer telling you that if you need some fish stuff and Chewy has it, you can get it a heck of a lot cheaper than anywhere else. I tend to buy Prime off of it, which is my water conditioner. If you don't use Prime, I highly recommend that you start. My municipal water where I am is a little bit high in ammonia readings than I would like. So I use it for that reason, and it makes the water a lot more safe for the fish. And it takes out all the harmful metals and all that, and it's really, really good. And you don't have to use as much as you would with any other water conditioner. It's highly concentrated, and I love that. I think at PetSmart here, like the big bottle here is like at PetSmart maybe like $20, 18 to $20. I can get the big bottle off of Chewy for 12. So that's a big plus for me. I bought the Air Stones from Chewy because they were like $2, and at PetSmart they're like $5. So, and I actually love them better than the ones I got at PetSmart. I've had them before at PetSmart, and they're so easy to break. It would frustrate me. You know, goldfish are diggers, and they love digging up the air stones, and it drives me crazy. But every time I went to put them back, I kept breaking them, and it drove me nuts. And the ones off Chewy are plastic based, and they're really hard to break. So, and they like give a lot more power. There's like bigger bubbles, and it just looks better to me. But anyway, off of that. The air pump was from PetSmart. It has 4 outlets. It's okay. It's a little loud for me. So probably the next time I order off Chewy, I will get the Whisper air pump that's on the one behind me. I really like that one. It's super quiet. Everything that I'm talking about in this video that these aquariums run, I will have a link in the description below if you want to check them out, or if you want to get them for your aquariums or whatever, so you can check out what I have. I think that's about it for that aquarium. So here's the aquarium that I was talking about. There's 4 fish in here. They are Aranda and Ryukin. The Aqua Clear is there on the left. That's what that is. The black intake and outtake tubes in the center are for the canister filter. And the plants and the pots that you see in this aquarium have been discontinued. So I can't really link that for you. I got them on sale at PetSmart because they were being discontinued. So now I'm showing you the fishies. The night is up there in the corner there, and the one I'm zooming in on is Josephine. She is my oldest fish right now. That's Lucy. She's my baby Ryukin. That's Night. He is my big Aranda. My dad tends to call him Big Head. That's Josephine again. Comet is there in the back. If you look close enough, and when he turns around, you can see that he's missing part of his tail. That was a birth defect. The one behind me is almost identical to this one. It's got the, except it's got 2 Aqua Clear 70s. It does not have a canister filter. It keeps it super, super clean, which I love. And plus, with the Aqua Clear 70s, you can fit a lot of filter media in it, which is unusual for hanging filters. And they're also a heck of a lot cheaper than a canister filter. I got those off Chewy as well, and I think they're like $45 each for the 70-gallon ones. You could probably get the 110-gallon one for the 60-gallon and be okay, but I just decided that I wanted two of the 70s, and I don't know why I decided that, but it works very well, so I highly recommend those. It is also white gravel substrate, and the plants that are in it I got off Chewy as well. If they still have them in stock, I will link them below as well. There is some river rock that I got from PetSmart in the little decoration section or whatever. They're in both of the aquariums. I just like the way they look, and they match my background. I actually have the same background for these aquariums just because I like it so much. I will also try to link that below as well. The air stones in that one are from Chewy. They have the big bubbles, and you can bury them like completely and they still have a lot of power. And the air pump is a Whisper air pump that I got off Chewy. It's up to 100 gallons. It has 2 outlets, which is plenty for this aquarium. That's what I run in that one. That's got the butterflies in it, and the Black Beauty, the Aranda fantail that was getting bullied in this aquarium. She's in there as well, and my Blackmore. So those filters they're getting worked like hard, but they keep up really well, so I'm super happy with them. Here's the next aquarium. The butterflies are in here, and Black Beauty, the Aranda fantail that was getting bullied, and my Blackmore Spike. The butterflies came from King Koi Goldfish in California, if you want to check them out. They have an Instagram that they advertise a lot. The plants came from Chewy. I will link those in the description below. As you can see, those are the 2 Aqua Clears that run this aquarium. And please ignore my lovely pink post-it notes over there in the corner. That is how I keep up with my water parameters, especially because this tank is still cycling. And there's Black Beauty. She's the one that I was speaking about in an earlier video. She is also blind. Cleo just came into the picture. Well, she's my gorgeous baby. And there's my Cleo, my calico butterfly. Jojo was down there. That's Queenie. Jojo is the orange and black tail. Right there, that's Jojo. Spike is behind her. I was trying to show you the tail, but they were kind of getting fussy, thinking that they were going to get fed. Next, I will show you the Betta aquarium. It is a 10-gallon tank. It's in my kitchen. That aquarium has black substrate, just because I have some extra gravel sitting around. I have that one in there, and I actually recently switched him from having a sponge filter to having an actual filtration system. The sponge filter wasn't keeping up enough with him, and it was also like pushing him around, and it was just a lot of with the bubbles and things, it was disturbing the water, and betta fish really don't like that. So I ended up taking that out, and I bought a filter off Chewy again. A lot of people recommended it to me that had betta fish. They said it didn't have a real strong current, but it kept the water really, really clean. It's a Whisper PF10, I think is what you call it. I will link it below as well. That's all that's running in there. I don't have an air stone. You don't really have to with betta fish. He also has the plants that are in there I mostly got from PetSmart. I think they've been discontinued now, so I can't really link those. The little house that he has, I got off a local fish store here in Kentucky, and I don't know if you can buy that anywhere else, but I'll see if I can find it. If I can, then I'll link that as well. Here's the Betta tank. I also forgot to mention that there is a heater in this tank. I got it from PetSmart. I will link it below as well. This tank usually sets at about 79 degrees. So there he is. His name is Flame. In case you forgot, all those plants in there are silk, so he has no issues with his fins rubbing up against them. He's kind of hiding from me right now. He just got fed, so he's kind of occupied. That's his little house. He sleeps in it like every night. It's super cute. That's another plant that he likes to lay on. He tends to be super shy when I get out my camera, but every time I don't have the camera, he like flares his fins out, and he's like super into getting hand fed, and he's just being silly right now. He's a little bit stubborn. That's his beta leaf. He's actually never laid on it that I know of, but I don't like watch him continuously, so he may have. He's eating. Here is a top view of the PFT. Moving on to my Tetra tank. That is the tank that I was given, and it is a 30-gallon tank, and it has white gravel substrate as well. It's pretty heavily planted. Fake plants, of course. I don't have any real plants. I know a lot of fish keepers, especially with goldfish, like to have real plants. I'm just not really into that, and I guess I probably should be, but I've just not ever really tried with them. And I'm pretty happy with being able to take the plant out and clean it and put it back. So, anyways, that aquarium does have a 12-inch bubbler. It is from PetSmart. That one hasn't broken yet, surprisingly. When it does, I will probably replace it with a Chewy one, just because they just work so much better. It has two 40-gallon Whisper, Tetra Whisper filters in it. I did not buy those. Those actually came with the aquarium when the family gave it to me. So I just decided that I would leave them in there because they actually do pretty well with Tetras. I mean, Tetras don't, acquire a lot of waste, and they're not really dirty fish. So, I mean, it works well enough for me. And they're super happy in there. So, I just recently got some rescue Tetras that I've added in there that you will see in the video. And I've named some of them, so I might pick out some when I show you that video later on. The air pump on that one is from PetSmart. It is a 40-gallon. It has 2 outlets, I think, or 40 or 60-gallon. I can't remember. I'll try to link that too. I think that's all of them. Here's the Tetra tank. The submarine I bought off Amazon. I don't know if they still have it or not. The plants came from PetSmart. Some of them came with the tank, so I'm not really sure where they came from. But the ones that I bought came from PetSmart. They all are named, except maybe 1 or 2 I haven't named yet. And the big black things in the background are the Whisper filters that work pretty well with this aquarium. So I hope you enjoyed the videos of all my fishies. If you have anything you want to see in the next videos or any comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you. So I'll see you next time.